Hi, my name is Daniel Gritzer. Some people call me Grits. This is my son. I call him Shrimpy Grits. But today we're talking about shrimp and grits. What is there to know about shrimp and grits? The things you can say for sure is that shrimp and grits contain shrimp and they contain grits. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. My recipe today is loosely based on one from Crook's Corner in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, in that mine has cheesy grits, mushrooms, bacon, and shrimp with a gravy. Here's how I make it. Grits are usually made from dried dent corn, which is softer than the dried flint corn usually made for polenta. Oftentimes you see grits made from white corn, but you can also get it made from yellow corn. Sometimes you'll find products that are stone ground. All that means is that they've used a stone to grind the corn, and what you end up with is a bigger diversity of grind sizes from really larger kind of chunks of grit and also a finer powder. I really like stone ground grits, so if you can find them, that's great, but you can also make a really excellent pot of grits with any of the other kinds as well. With my grits, I'm going to cook them not in water, but in chicken stock that I've enriched with both shrimp shells and mushrooms to just pack it full of flavor. Let this simmer for about 20 minutes and then we'll strain it. Most recipes say that for every 1 cup of grits, you should use 4 cups of liquid to cook them. The perfect ratio is actually 5 cups of liquid to every 1 cup of grits, which is enough to hydrate the grits completely and make them incredibly tender when they're done. Put our broth back in the pot. In going the grits. Whisking the grits. Whisking the grits. This is gonna start out very wet and very thin. And you're gonna think, damn it, it's too much liquid. But it's not. Just give it time. If it starts to spit, turn down the heat. A lot of recipes for shrimp and grits call for cheddar in the grits if you're doing it cheesy grit style. But I just think that the Gruyere flavor marries a lot better with the mushrooms. Definitely not a southern cheese, but you know, it's my recipe. It looks like fondue meets grits. 3/4 teaspoon salt. The salt basically brines the shrimp and it helps them retain moisture when they cook. 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. The baking soda makes the shrimp more alkaline. It will not only help them brown faster when they go into the pan, but it also gives them a really great kind of crisp, snappy texture. I also add 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch. The cornstarch is just there to help thicken the pan sauce when I make it. I let them marinate at least 15 minutes in the fridge. Okay, in goes our bacon. And the goal here is to render the fat, liquefy it, which will crisp the bacon up and give us lots of valuable, delicious, liquid bacon fat to cook everything else in. Lovely, crispy bacon. I reserve all but 1 tablespoon of the fat in the pan. I leave that 1 tablespoon behind. Smoke is on. We're in. We're going. All shrimp touching the pan. No shrimp piled up. We want to leave a little hint of underdoneness because they're going to come back in the pan at the end to finish. Now I put my reserve bacon fat back into the pan. What's going to happen is the mushrooms are going to go in pretty quickly. They're going to start to release their liquid because mushrooms have a pretty high water content. That liquid is going to help me scrape up all this brown stuff that I have on the bottom of my pan. Once I scrape it up and that liquid evaporates, I keep cooking them till the mushrooms are browned. In goes my minced shallot and garlic, cayenne pepper. In goes the stock. Put the shrimp back in the pan. 2 tablespoons of butter. Stir that in. Turn off the heat. Add our herbs. Tablespoon of lemon juice. Give it all a good stir. It's time to serve it.